Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Ethan Federman here today, and I just want to apologize for not uploading in a couple days. I was dealing with some personal stuff in my life, and that's the reason why I haven't uploaded. So I am sorry for not posting in a couple days. But obviously now I'm posting. So where we last left off in part 7 was Deku. All Might took Deku to the hospital because of all the injuries that he took with the fighting the Nomu, and he's doing all that. He explained his limit breaking technique, which my boy Dark Arrow named it the Green Reaper. So that's what it's going to be called from now on, the Green Reaper. That's mint, boy. I like that. So that was the end of the USJ arc, and let me know, you guys who's watching this, let me know if the sports festival is a week after the USJ attack or a day after, because I see in a lot of what ifs that it's like a day, the students get a day break. It's a day break. Okay, forget what I just said, don't remind me. So they get a day break, and Aizawa explains that he goes, the students are like talking and all of that, and Aizawa comes in and does his like super intense stare, and everyone just sits, like bolts to the table, sits down and shuts up. And he's like, oh, "You're not all done yet," or whatever he says in the anime, and everyone's like, "What?" And Aizawa goes, "The sports festival is in a week or 2 weeks or whatever," and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you scared me half to death, sir." And it's just like, whatever. So keep training. No excuses for not training. And they start doing all their training, and let's just say like a couple days after the USJ arc, the USJ attack, Deku goes out and like goes to the store or something to get some groceries for his mom, and tell me who the acid girl is from class 1A, because she's gonna pull up on Deku and be like, "Oh, hi, Midoriya," and he was just like, "Oh, hi," whatever her name was, I forgot. Please tell me in the comments who the acid girl is in class 1A. And he says in it, like, saying, "Oh, hi," whatever, and she was just like, "Oh, what are you getting?" And he's just like, "Yeah, some groceries for my mom, because we're running low on stuff, you know." And she starts to blush, and she's mad pink, and Deku can see that she's blushing, and he's just like, and she's like, "What's funny?" Is just like, "Oh, it's funny just to see all of how you girls blush every time I talk," and she gets more red. She gets like more red because he was like acknowledging her that she was flirting with him, but like not fully acknowledging her the way that she wanted him to acknowledge her. But she's just like, "Oh, want me to help you with all of that? That's quite a lot of stuff." And he's like, sure, why not?" So she helps him take his groceries to his house, and she is the first one who gets to see and go into Midoriya's house. If yeah, actually no, yes, she's gonna be the first one to go into Deku's house and just see his house. And Deku goes, "Mom, I'm home," and he says to the pink girl, "Just take off your shoes, yeah?" And she's like, "Okay." And Midori's mom heard a girl's voice, and she like does the typical anime like slide in and runs up. Is like, "Is that a girl?" Give me a second. And Midoriya's like, yes, this is my classmate from school. And she's like, hi, my name is whatever, I forgot her name. And she was like, it's nice to meet you. And Inko was like, oh, I'm Inko Midoriya. Just call me Inko. And she's like, okay, Inko. And Deku and his mom was like, is this your girlfriend? And Deku blushes for the first time, like, in a long time. Just like he blushed after like okay, he blushes for the first time in his life, and she and class 1A chick notices this, and she's like, "Ooh, the other girls are not gonna like this." and um that happens, and then they get back to school, and it's like a day or two after that, and your best girl, best waifu, Uraraka, bumps into Deku, and she's like, "Oh, Deku, it's nice to see you here," and he's like, "Yes," like he because every like all the girls that like bumped into him every day after the acid girl. Yeah, okay, Uraraka is the last person who bumps into him, and he's just like, she says that it's nice to see him and here, and Deku's just like, yes. So, and she was like, oh, yeah, it's a good coincidence, and Deku was just like, good coincidence, and scares her, and he was just like, nah, I'm joking. It's nice to see you, Uraraka. And they go off and like have lunch together there, and the other girls followed Uraraka, like the anime, like just typical when Mandem gets Harem, and all the other girls start following them. So they notice that Deku and Uraraka are out on. They're not like on a date, but they're like eating lunch together, and they're getting angry. Like they're about to blow some shit up, mate. And this is just like a day or two before the sports festival. And Deku was like, today's been fun. We should do this again. And she gets super, super, super blushy and starts to float. And she's like, uh-oh. And Deku, like, jumps up, grabs her foot, and, like, brings her down. And she releases her quirk on herself. So, and then does some, like, very hard training for the next 2 days or whatever. And then in comes the sports festival. Okay, so now it's the sports festival. So they they get to their classes, like little rooms, and Todoroki goes up to Midoriya and is just like, he does his declaring war thing on him, and he's just like, I'm better than you, and he just does the same thing, and instead of that's my family, so I'm gonna try to keep it down. And instead of Midoriya just being like, yes, you're better than me and all that, Midoriya was like, you're not. He's just like, you're good, Todoroki, but not as good as me when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. You rely on your quirk too much, and that's a fatal mistake in a battle. Therefore, I will always win in a fight. And the girls get really, really blushy, and like they're like, he's so cool. And Bakugo is just, he's, I think his default emotion is anger. He's angry 24/7 in the anime and that. So he's just gonna be angry. I'm gonna make. No, I don't even need to make Bakugo's personality anger or just his normal emotion anger because that's what it is. And they get. So the first thing is the race. And this is where we're going to leave it off for this part. And I just want to, before the video ends, I want to apologize to all of you who like just for I want to apologize for not uploading, because I was just trying to figure some stuff out in my personal life, so I am sorry that I couldn't upload daily. I think I'm gonna do this next part the day after tomorrow. I'm not sure, but when it comes to that, it would just come to that. So this is the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment, turn the notification bell on. Stay golden.